Hello and welcome to week 4 or session 4 of IT of IT 3099, our junior seminar. At this point, we want to start researching some more of our topics. The idea of this class is to allow you to explore different areas that you're going to go into. Governor State University is going to give you a solid foundation in IT. After you have that foundation, there are many, many areas you can go into, and we want you to be able to explore those areas. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is what we call an annotated bibliography. I learned about these when I was first starting a PhD program because this is how you start your research. Is you're reading many, many articles over time. Well, you can't remember every single article you read. So what you do is you annotate them and create a bibliography. The bibliography is APA style, so you know you have your reference. The annotation is a paragraph talking about what the article contains so that if you want to use it for your research, you can go ahead and then pull the full article and read it over again and pull the pieces you need out. So the annotation is good as you're going over hundreds of articles to be able to eventually go back and just look at the annotations, the one or two paragraphs about the article that'll describe to you what the main points of the article is. It's not about making an opinion of what the author is trying to say. It's what are the main topics in that article so that you can go back and decide whether or not you want to use it for your research later on. Now, I have an annotated bibliography reference here that will describe it in full detail and a little bit to a point exactly what is expected of an annotated bibliography. I want to talk about what's required for the submission. Notice, submit all 3 annotated bibliographies in one Word document. So I figured I'd start off by looking at that. So this week you want to research into cloud computing, software as a service, network as a service. There are a lot of other as a services you could include in this, but we want you to start looking at this topic because this will be an area you will be involved in IT. All right, so create an annotated bibliography for 3 articles you have read. That's the important part. All right, and make sure they are proper APA style and cited of your references. So what I'd like this to look at, or look like, is an example here. Notice we have our annotated bibliography, all right, our running header. So this actually came from week 1. If we go back to our curriculum and we choose on session 1, notice we start with an APA template for APA style. That's going to have your header in it. That's going to have your title page. All right, now in this case, we're not going to have a reference page because our references are going to be throughout our document. But this is a good template to always start your papers with and any of the work you're going to do here at Governor State. We come back, take a look at our annotated bibliography. So we have our title, the university, any other information you want to do, such as, well, your name. I took the name out of this one. All right, this doesn't need to be there, but it's good. All right, so we have our first annotation. All right, done properly in APA style. All right, the important thing when you're doing a web link is make sure you put the date in which it was retrieved. That's an important piece. All right, the title of the article, and then, of course, the actual reference to it. A paragraph describing what the article is. I recommend adding a spacer or adding a line because it's always nice to separate one from the other. The next APA reference, the next annotation, the next APA reference, and annotation. So you should have all 3 in the same Word document. All right, this is what I'm looking for in the assignments. And like I said, this is a great way for you to start building up a portfolio or a set of labs, or sorry, not a set of labs, a set of annotations for articles you may use later in a master's degree, you may use later in your PhD research. But it's also a good way to learn about the field in which you're about to go into. Like I said, we give you a good solid foundation. Over the next couple of weeks, we will talk about, you'll review and research different areas to get an idea of what those areas contain as far as IT. All right, so this will be every other week. You'll have an annotated bibliography assignment. All right, have fun with this assignment. Look for articles that interest you and intrigue you in what the field is going to be, and we'll show you what your job or your research may be later on in life. All right, so have a little bit of fun and good luck on the assignments.